this interruption into your daily streaming and social media feed scrolling for this public service update from the last government watchdog. I'm Thomas Anderson, your host for the next few minutes. Indulge with me as we gorge on the public documents that make the world go round. Let's analyze some of the testimony from a federal corruption case you may have heard about involving a certain senator, as well as a closet full of cash and gold bars. Yes, the Bob Menendez trial has continued after a COVID break, and it looks like a Menendez staffer is claiming a U.S. attorney lied under oath last week. So what do we have going on? We have about week 3 or 4, if you're not counting the COVID break, in the Bob Menendez case. And what is the Bob Menendez case? It's Senator Menendez from out of New Jersey who had his home raided a few years ago, and the FBI was able to obtain a closet full of cash that was stuffed in shoes and jackets, a bunch of gold bars, and a bunch of other things. And all of this supposedly was attained by the senator in exchange for his work as a senator for the nation of Egypt and for Qatar and for some corrupt businessmen and developers in Edgewater, New Jersey, which if you know about Edgewater, it's right there on right on the water, Hudson, facing New York City. So you've got the New York City skyline from there. It's a very valuable piece of property. And one man pretty much developed the entire thing. It's called River Road. One man developed the entire area. His name is Fred Daibes. He's currently the co-defendant with Bob Menendez. The prosecutors are claiming that he bought the senator off with the gold bars and cash and other things. Mercedes-Benz is not him, but there's other co-defendants too. Mercedes-Benz's mortgage payments on his wife's home, which was going into foreclosure, et cetera, et cetera. So we're deep into the case. The prosecutors have given the jury the gold bars to put in their hands. They've seen the pictures of the cash, all of that good stuff. And we're at the point now where the prosecutors are trying to show that Menendez used his position as a senator to influence the current U.S. attorney of New Jersey to get him in his office to back off of an investigation and a prosecution into Fred Daibes, the individual who the prosecutors are alleging bribed Menendez and is a co-defendant in this case. He's the one who also got COVID last week, and the court had to adjourn for a week while he recovered. And so last week, U.S. Attorney Salinger, which is rare, U.S. Attorney Salinger has to testify in his corruption case, and he's a witness. And in his testimony, he told the jury that Bob Menendez inquired into the Fred Daibes case, but that he told Menendez he would have to recuse himself no matter what, because he did private attorney work for Fred Daibes and his company years before. And that got the senator to basically not support him totally. So the senator put another nomination up, a woman named Suarez. Now, why are senators picking U.S. attorneys? Well, it's tradition. So whenever there's a new administration in town, they have to put U.S. attorneys into every state. And they usually go with the senior senator in that state as to who, and they ask for like 3 or 4 different options. And out of those 3 or 4 options, the administration will pick the one that they like, right? Well, Menendez didn't give 3 or 4 options. He basically only gave 2. It was Suarez, this woman, and it was Salinger. Suarez had no federal level experience at all. So it was almost a no-go with her. And then Salinger, he attended Bob Menendez's wedding, gave Bob Menendez a $1,000 wedding gift, donated, I believe, $40,000 to Bob Menendez's legal defense fund back in 2017. So Salinger and Bob Menendez have a personal relationship. And he was really the only real selection that Menendez gave to the Biden administration, which is why Salinger is now a U.S. attorney With that said, Selinger testified that he told Menendez, nah, man, I can't help you because I will have to recuse myself if the Daibes case comes in front of my desk, is what he told Menendez. And that's what he testified to under oath. Well, a longtime staffer named Soliman out of the Menendez office, he ran the Menendez campaign. It was reported back in 2012. He was the Menendez communications guy. Soliman testified in the case a few days ago, day before yesterday, and under his testimony, he claims that Selinger told him and Menendez that he would not have to recuse himself. So when the Suarez nomination fell through because she didn't have no federal experience at all, and she was put up as a choice for the U.S. Attorney's Office. So when that fell through, the staffer saying Selinger said, I'm not going to have to recuse myself. All of a sudden, Selinger becomes a U.S. attorney. With that said, on the first day on the job, word was put out. The Justice Department recused him from Daibes on the first day, which confused Menendez. And Menendez sent Soliman to have lunch with Selinger to find out, why did you get recused when you said you didn't have to be recused? Well, Soliman said at the lunch he never brought it up. He never brought up Fred Daibes' name or the recusal, because Selinger warned him before the lunch that if he brought up any active federal case in the lunch meeting, that he would have to report that up the ladder to the higher ups in the DOJ, which sounds like some criminal proceedings would follow that. So Selinger warned Soliman beforehand, don't even bring it up, because an investigation would have started at that point. So the bottom line is we have two separate stories here. One story is coming from Selinger, which is he told Bob, hey, man, the whole time I'm going to have to recuse myself. The other story from the Menendez longtime staffer is no, Selinger said he wouldn't have to recuse himself. Well, who's telling the truth? Is a U.S. attorney lying? Is the staffer lying in order to try to create some confusion or something like that? Well, we don't know. But see, the thing is I filed an Inspector General complaint last year in October with the Justice Department, asking the Inspector General of the Justice Department to look into the Bob Menendez shenanigans surrounding the selection of the U.S. Attorney for New Jersey. I knew back then that this would be an issue in this case, and I knew the Southern District of New York wouldn't be in a position to investigate this part of the case, because how does that look? Prosecutor or investigators from the Southern District of New York in Manhattan going out there to investigate the U.S. Attorney of New Jersey? It doesn't work, man. You need an Inspector General to step in for that. Now, I asked for that back in October. It doesn't look like they took it seriously. They should have. With that said, I don't know if this is enough to amend my complaint or my letter to the OIG for the DOJ. I'm going to look into it to see if I can amend this thing and send it back in again, because I think they need to get to the bottom of who's telling the truth here. Did Selinger lie under oath in this huge corruption trial? Is the staffer for Menendez lying? What's really happening? What really happened for that U.S. attorney seat? We shouldn't be in a situation in the United States of America where U.S. attorneys are being selected this way. So I'm going to ask again that the OIG take a look again at my letter I sent them last October. I may amend it, I may not, but hopefully someone will take a look, because we should get to the bottom of this. And we should, it sounds boring, but we should look at these things and we should have real investigations into them, because rigging jobs like the U.S. attorney seat, that's something that cannot happen no matter what. No matter what happens in America, we can't be allowing senators to rig seats in order to rig trials. I mean, that's rigging justice. It's not their job, right? So with that said, thanks again for spending your time. Please spread the word, share. I'll be covering some other stuff on my next one, next time we meet. I'll be talking about the Maryland stuff. I mean, I love that race. And some more Trump stuff and other things. But in the meantime, have a great day. Have a great weekend. This is Thomas Anderson, the last government watchdog. Take care, guys.